Welcome to the Salt Circle Podcast. My name is Hank. With me is Ben.
What's up?
Bro.
We read Brozerk for this week. We did Dororo. It is real fucking good.
Mm-hmm.
And like
Osamu Tezuka's Dororo from 1967.
I like started keeping track of the shit that lines up that's like parallel to Berserk.
Uh-huh.
I gave up. Like the whole fucking thing is just goddamn everything, dude.
There's a lot.
Like fucking 3 panels in, we get like the spiky teeth. It's like cartoon guts going crazy. And then he's like, "Why are you following me, idiot? Like demons swarm to me. Like you're gonna die, and it's not gonna be my fault." I'm like, holy shit. You skip forward. There's like, he's like, I forget pronunciations. Hyakimaru. Hyakimaru is like a blur, just literally a blur, and like a circle of dudes around him just turn into blood, except like cartoon blood.
He's spinning to win since he has sword arms.
Yeah, dude, it's fucking wild as shit. He burns a moth lady. Like the amount of parallels is fucking wild. Some of the like art direction too, like with some of the landscape shots and shit. There was a panel where there was a bunch of soldiers and I had no idea what was going on. I'm like, I'm home. I'm there.
Although, like, Tezuka will sneak in, like, 2 of the soldiers are dancing or whatever.
Yeah. Like the silly shit.
It's so funny reading Tezuka doing something, like, because it's so fucking dark and bleak.
Dude.
But Tezuka can't stop himself from making it fun, too.
Dude, that, like, the main bad guy, Hyakimaru's dad, Daigo, he fucking squished a pregnant lady with his horse, like, on her belly. They're like, "Oh, we have to go. Like, she's about to give birth." And he's like, "Oh, really?" And just fucking, like, squelch.
Yeah, they're just like the bleakest shit you've ever seen, dark. But like, it's so cartoony and cheerful.
I also like I picked up the very subtle vibe that like was probably, I don't know how big of a factor it was in you liking this, but if it certainly was at the very least a cherry on top. Like, man, this comic was like, fuck samurai. Like, absolutely fuck that whole noise.
Yeah.
So,
fuck
man,
the police.
It's just so fucking good. And I had no idea. Like, you told me a little bit.
Yeah, no, I mean, so I was just like, I've been trying to do my Berserk reread and then hit the eclipse and was like, I'm out. I'd rather read anything else in the world currently. And I looked up, I was looking up Mirror Influences, and I found a quote where he was listing a bunch of stuff. And I didn't recognize this, so I looked it up. I was like, oh, a Tezuka manga. Fucking sign me up. And then it was like sword arms and fucking blood everywhere. I'm like, okay, I'm in.
I'm in. This shit was great. Also, you said someone described it to you as like a better Demon Slayer, right?
I think see someone on the internet call it that.
Okay. I thought it was like someone you knew.
No.
I mean, either way, like, also yes. Like, those fucking parallels kind of coincidental and also great that I had actually seen that anime, because like now I also get to be like, yeah, this is like better though. Like, I want this in the art style of Demon Slayer. That would be like incredible. Though obviously the cartoony look the silliness is
Yeah.
top notch. There was one thing.
If
There
you
was
want this with a different art style, the 2019 version exists.
Is this like an Astro Boy situation? They set the bar so high. This Tezuka manga is just like, I understand why.
The thing is, I mean, I only watched the anime, but also they did also do a new manga for it. It was like following the plot pretty fucking closely, like including like monster encounters and stuff, but Hikamaru doesn't speak. He's mute. So that's like a really different tone.
So I kind of am down for that. I mean, if everything else is good, like that was actually one of the things I was gonna say. That I wasn't like, it's fine, it's fun, it's silly, it's still great, but like, there's something to be said about like not having him be a psychic person. Like the weight of having no eyes or ears or voice is like completely removed when you can just like sense what everybody's saying and sense everything around you perfectly.
Yeah.
So it's like, why
he has
bother?
he has no eyes or tongue or whatever, but like talking and knowing what's around him, no problems.
Yeah. Yeah, no, 100%.
Like he's handicapped, but he's not handicapped.
Yeah, so I mean, we get the like him getting his arm, right? He gets like some of his limbs back and stuff, and that's like cool. But like he gets his voice back, and he's like, "This is my voice," and I'm like, it's hard for me to care. It's hard for me to feel the weight of this victory.
Well, that was especially hard to get you to care in a manga form.
Oh yeah,
extra.
Yeah, totally. Though the like speaking into their heart stuff was great, just because we got Dororo being like, "Come in, bro, come in." This is Dororo. Like that shit was great. I did not see it coming that Dororo was a girl. I thought it might happen, but that was like something. There was something earlier, and it didn't. And I'm like, okay. I feel like it would have been like here, like there was something. And then
yeah, there is a fake out where it's because there's a part where Doro's like, "Don't touch my body" or whatever.
Yes, yeah.
But then it's like, oh, there's just a map to the ultimate pirate treasure or whatever.
Yeah.
But then that's just a fake out for the Doro was born as a girl, but then lived his entire life as a boy. And it is funny to me, like, oh yeah, this is 1966, because like Hikamaru is like gender essentialism at the end. He's like, yeah, you just wear a dress and be a girl. It's like, motherfucker, you don't have organs.
I hope to see you in ladies' clothes someday.
But I do like the Doro is just like, fucking call me a girl, I'll just throw poop at you.
Yeah. Yeah, dude.
That's like kind of where the manga leaves it.
Yeah. No, I
for 1966 is pretty good for doing a character who identifies as not their birth gender.
Like Hikamaru, like it's not great, but it's not like it's anything terrible. Like reading this,
it's more important to me that Dororo like maintains own sense of self.
Oh, I feel it. Like I wouldn't know this is that old. Otherwise, like this had like out of the older stuff we've read, this feels really modern. Like subject and just pace. I don't know. It was just fucking good.
It's good. I mean, Tezuka's just good is the thing.
Yeah.
And this is Tezuka writing for a more adult audience than
Yeah.
Astro Boy, which is the other big thing we read by him.
Yeah.
No, Astro Boy's him like doing hard sci-fi, like making hard sci-fi stories into superhero stories for kids. Like, it's a different thing.
Yeah.
And I think at this point, this was the darkest thing Tezuka had done. Like, he went on to do plenty of fucking dark comics, but I think when he wrote this was like the first time.
Yeah.
From what I understand.
Yeah, I saw a little blurb about that. And it said something about like it's truly creepy. And I'm like, yeah, like Hyakkimaru as a baby, and he's like a little fucking
scooting
bug.
around, going. He's like sipping up.
Yeah, just bring me to the bowl and then
just a mouth hole
like, that was
that
like
desires to live.
like just the skull or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, in the modern anime is just like fucking raw flesh skull with vacant black eyes. It's a lot.
Right. Did you like? Is the anime worth checking out? I guess the newer one or the old one.
The old one I didn't look at because I assume it's kind of not.
Yeah.
Because like 1969 anime, I can't imagine the animation is any good.
Yeah.
The 2019, it's interesting. I do think like it loses something when you take out the fun,
Yeah, sure. But like,
but it's not like bad. I was interested. I kept watching.
okay. Because like, obviously, the fun has that element, but if you want something like sometimes I've been reading Berserk, man. I mean, I wouldn't say no to edgy with like a good story.
Well, it's more like, yeah. It's just the weird thing of Hikamaru like having no personality. It's not able.
Yeah,
to,
that's
like,
what
emote
that.
at all.
Yeah. Give me that. Cut my finger on that edge.
But also, this they reduce it down from 48 demons to 12 demons.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's that's a like. I guess do they like make it so his hair doesn't count as a thing he needs to get back, or something?
Well, like he doesn't have his voice. He hasn't killed 16 demons before the story has even started.
Well, yeah, but like the total is down to 12, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so like they didn't take as many body parts.
I mean, they took as many body parts. He still starts as a little flesh caterpillar.
So did they just take more body parts per demon? I guess.
I don't know.
Okay. I'm just wondering if it like,
I mean, it's not like you see him kill 48 in the anime either. And like that one he fights at the end is like a bunch of demons turned into one big monster.
Yeah.
So you could just reduce that to like one demon, to that kind of thing.
I think they said something about like several, like he'll get several body parts back from it, but not all of them.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
The last thing he got back in when I was watching was his nervous system.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because he said like he said it was in the manga. To me, it felt like it was implied that like well, I guess I don't know. They said that like he couldn't feel heat or cold.
Yeah.
And Dororo was like, "Whoa, that's awesome!" And he's like, "Actually, it's horrifying." But
Yeah, like there's a scene in the anime where he's putting his hand in the fire or whatever. He's like, it's on fire. And Tora's like, fucking stop. What are you doing? And like he doesn't talk. I don't know. It's dumb. I kind of just prefer the manga where like he just lets his eyeballs fall out to show that
dude.
he can't see.
Dude, that shit was so good. He like takes off. Whoa, what happened to your nose? It was an explosive. And just that whole dude, there was even I just remembered there was a clip because again all those berserk parallels. There's one bit where he's like, I think it's actually Dororo, maybe, I forget. One of them he's like poking some dude with a stick as someone's holding on to him, and simultaneously kicking someone on the opposite side, and then he's also biting the sword of like the person who's holding him, or it looks like the sword, and his teeth are all like completely like splayed out over the sword. I'm like, holy shit, this is just, it's not an influence on Berserk. Berserk is just a ripoff. It's just straight fucking lifted. Even Dororo, like the character Dororo is basically just a character in Berserk, Isidro. Like, who rolls in all, talks about taking Guts moves, and Bud's like, what? He doesn't take apprentices. Good luck. He's like, oh, no. I'm gonna steal his shit and his style. Like it's just so spot on. It's crazy. And I never fucking like. I don't even think on Wikipedia, like Berserk, the page. I don't think it mentions Dororo's an influence. And like all the other shit that's there makes sense. But
Yeah.
like this one should fucking be there.
Yeah.
Like this is the one.
It always comes back to Tezuka with the anime.
He
invented like every genre.
I was thinking of that. There was a scene,
Like
and
maybe it goes back to Ishinomori, but
it made me think of something like another modern anime. I can't think of what the scene was or what I was thinking of. But yeah, there was like some other stuff. I'm like, this is fucking familiar. Yeah,
just
and even
I don't know.
so, I
Those
mean,
fucking
part of the
demon drawings are just fucking cool.
oh, dude, some of the demons were so sick.
Yeah.
I mean, it's recency bias because I just read the back half.
Sure.
But like the panel of the moth demon like rising up,
Oh yeah, that one's so good.
it's just so fucking cool. There was a series of panels that reminded me of Berserk, like anime in particular, like the Golden Age stuff. Where Hyakkimaru is it's when he has crutches and he's on one leg and he's like in a field, and he like comes up on these two guards, I guess, and like challenges them. There's a whole little bit, but like there's some panels of just him like in the field and like this grass clearly blowing and stuff, and then it cuts to like the cape that Dororo and the thieves are on. And like it's just like a full panel shot of like the landscape and stuff. I'm like, I'm like, this looks like fucking Berserk, but also like that shit was just so good. It's so cool.
Yeah. It's just fucking good. Like doing the like wandering samurai, like the wandering Ronin, but in the samurai period where like all people are just being fucking exploited to shit, but like adding the demon element is just like it's just good. It's just a good idea.
Dude, it's great.
And like the fact that this like the way it's like episodic adventures, but then building to like fucking dethroning his fucking dad for making this demon deal. Like that guy's like his shit running full course in terms of like him getting dethroned, like
Oh
like
yeah.
a revolution kind of thing happening.
The,
But then like shit still just goes, is like it's not like then the world was better or whatever. It's just like the world just keeps going, but we've done the thing.
yeah. I mean, even the ending, right? Like the very last page, like the stupid hell hall where the 48 demon seals were, like that shit burned down during
Yeah.
a war. Like just stuff continued going on.
Yeah. Well, I think that's like implied that eventually Hikamaru got all his organs back. Eventually,
yeah.
he killed every demon.
Yeah. I also really like how we didn't really see them like struggle too much. Like it was just great watching them overcome stuff and in fun ways.
Like Hikamaru's just fucking the best. Like he's just better than all these demons.
He's just clearly superior. Like in the same fucking way Guts is. And they even touch on the whole like they save the village and then the village kicks them out because like what the fuck are you?
Yeah. Oh man, I love that.
Thanks
scene.
and fuck off. Like
You've saved us, but also fucking. Then their like superstition kicks in.
yeah, like there was
It's like, why are you burying a prosthetic leg in the woods? What are you fucking doing, kid?
yeah, and wait, I saw his leg grow back. Yeah, he's like a demon too. Yeah, it takes a demon to fight demons. There was an earlier instance too, and it was I forget what their reasoning was, but it was literally just like we don't like outsiders, leave. We saved your village though. Yeah,
Yeah.
we would have been fine.
I mean, yeah. It's like that Seventh Samurai. Just like my go-to for that. Of like that village where that they've like just been. They have like hidden samurai stuff because like they just murder samurai that come to their village, like or wandering Ronin. But now
Yeah.
they need protection.
Yeah.
Like it's just good.
No, that shit is very solid. In the same vein to another parallel to Berserk, but also just a thing that I thought was done really well. And I mean, obviously in a less edgier presentation, like particularly because it's the most recent thing I saw an example of in the manga on the boat when there's the two sharks.
Yeah.
And everybody's ready to give up, and Dororo basically is just like, yeah, keep struggling. We're strugglers. Just don't just think of how to get out of this and then get out of it. Like, you got to do shit. You got to try.
Uh-huh.
And then they
Just
get out
good.
of it. Yeah, no, it was solid. Like the fact that and then you get immediate resolution with them all. Like, he has the plan, and then they all stab the shark at the same time when it's tricked. Like, it's just a very solid sequence. Really enjoyed it.
Yeah. Shit's just good. I just love that guy telling them his story about his two sharks. What he's like, just building up in it. Yeah, and then I like found a dead body and I fed that to the sharks. And they're
And then,
like,
they got a taste.
like,
they
that's
got
kind of fucked
hungrier.
up. And he's like, you think that's fucked up?
And then, like, the one, I forget which shark, but it, like, eats the one boat of people. And he's like, whoa, slow down. You know it's bad to binge. Oh, don't get a tummy ache.
God, I couldn't get over, like, there's that part where, with the wall, the like section of wall that's between the two
Dude,
warring
that one
villages.
that's like the most brutal episode.
Cause like Doro like makes friends with those kids, and then they just get fucking arrowed to death, like
They get
heartlessly.
fucking right. Well, and even before that, like they're trying to get on the other side of the wall to go back to their. So I'll back up and just give some context.
Yeah, sure.
Basically, there's like kind of a twin cities, sister villages sort of deal. Very very close, but like also technically separated. A war breaks out like hella fast, like fighting is immediate, and a wall is constructed like between the two villages, and it like the idea is that it all happens so fast that like people are trapped in one village but their family is in the other, like they're from the other side.
Yeah.
So these kids are trying to get back to like their mom and dad, and then they get caught and learn that the village, like their village was burnt down anyway, like, or that their parents were killed, or both, all of the above.
Yeah.
It's just fucking brutal.
Like they learn their parents are dead, and then like 2 scenes later they get fucking shot with arrows and executed.
Yeah. No, this was like
Before Hikamaru swigs in just in time to save Doro, but everybody
else
got.
is wrecked. Yeah. Like it's just fucking dark. Even when the thieves are like trying to get the boats, and they're like, "Are you gonna drive the like? Hey, we kidnapped you. Drive like pilot this boat for us." They're like, "No, come on, seriously, like do it." No, I refuse. All right, and they just like kill 3 people.
Yeah,
like there's
like,
so fucking much.
It's so weird because it's like incredibly dark, but it's not grim dark, right?
Yeah,
it's not. It's like uncompromisingly bleak, but also cheerful.
Well, and it doesn't. Even with Berserk, sometimes like it lingers. And I don't just mean like the scenes are lengthier, but like after a thing happens, we have to show people.
It's like
reacting.
It spends time for you to feel a thing about what happened, and this just doesn't. This like dude, the bleak thing happens, and we're just fucking going. Like
yeah, no, that pregnant woman
slowing down. There's no rubbernecking on to what happened.
No, that pregnant woman got squished, and 2 panels later, we were back in the action.
Yeah.
No reference. Like, she's gone.
Yeah, it just happens.
And that's like... I don't know.
It's just like not how modern storytelling works. I don't know. But it's good.
Well, because that's how life happens sometimes, you know? I mean, in the context of this shit, where it's like fighting, war, like... I mean, obviously there's room here for them to like stop and have a breath and then have all of their trauma hit them at once. That's a manga in and of itself. But like, you know, they're you can't stop. Shit's just like
there's scenes where like Doro goes from fucking crying to just fucking cackling.
Dude, that's you know what? That's what it was. That's what I was thinking of. That reminded me of the Kaze no Kinota, the boarding school thing, the boys, because that's what the Griffith character is kind of like. I think I linked a panel at some point where this character is just constantly like hee 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 hee, and like in that same kind of fucked up way where like terrible shit is happening and they're just laughing, and it's like kind of horrifying sometimes. I mean, sometimes when Dororo does it, it's like hilarious and top tier. But like then there's that time when he's captured and they're like holding him and they're like beating the shit out of him, and like he keeps laughing, but it keeps getting like less and less and like more broken.
He gets the shit kicked out of him.
Yeah.
Like he just like and like strung up.
Dude, he gets tied up like fucking once an episode. Tied up or like wrapped in webbing or cocooned or whatever else.
And just like one of those things like it just makes me think like this your character, like you couldn't get away with this if this character were like just presented as a girl. Like, I just don't think you could do it in 67.
Like having
Also.
them get tied up all the time,
And beaten up
or
like
just,
that.
or just, just like fucking punched in the face.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I just don't think it would happen.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, that's the girls are busy wearing dresses.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
Man, that that one dude fucked a demon,
It's true.
and he was still on board. It's like, I kind of, you know what? So this is the one with the moth lady, the aforementioned
Yeah.
moth lady. And dude was just like, I don't care if she's a demon, like she's my wife, like that doesn't matter to me. And
Yeah.
like,
Also, his eyes were incredibly, like, he was definitely under, like, a spell, too, though. He was, like, out of his mind.
yeah.
There is a thing of, like, saying, like, the people who fall under demon sway, they are, like the demons have, like, a manipulative magic to them or whatever.
Manipulative. Okay, he's a dude. She was a fucking hottie. Yeah, manipulative. Okay.
Look, he's not broken up about her being dead at the end, is all I'm saying.
Yeah, no, and see, that's what, like, it would have been cool to have, like, he loves her and she's a demon. Like, I wanted him to be miserable too.
Sure.
I wanted, like,
it
they
does
both
also become
die.
like the easy out for people who do bad things in this story.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, they were influenced by a demon.
People,
He wasn't
people-
evil.
people make fun of that shit in Demon Slayer because part of the shtick is what's his name, protagonist. Like, he's killing, everybody hates demons, and like the demon core is just slaughtering them because they're demons.
Yeah.
And Tanjiro, I think his name is. That sounds right. But he kills a demon, and like he gets their backstory, like he listens to their story and what happened and everything else, and people are just like memeing it up, like a demon's talking about all of the thousands of people they've raped, the children they've eaten, and like the tens of thousands they've killed, and he's just like listening to them crying like, it wasn't your fault. Like, that's too bad. Whatever.
I don't know. One of my
geez.
favorite versions of, like, no, it was the magical creature that's responsible for this. Is when I was playing Yokai Watch, and it's like, don't worry, kids. Your parents aren't fighting and gonna get a divorce because they don't like each other. It's just a yokai. They're like, "Ew." Pulling
also-
on shirt collar.
Yeah. Also, someone like above me is, I guess, hammering something.
Oh, great.
That's what that is. I can just see, I can see in the recording just all these little taps.
Yeah, I think
Incredible.
Discord is cutting that out so I don't hear it, but
Yeah.
that raw audio.
I mean, that's the price you pay sometimes for quality, I suppose. I just wish they could have done this at maybe a different time than 8:30 p.m. But like, whatevs. Stop! Damn. Just fucking one tap it. Just why so many little taps? Just fucking aim your shot, do a wind up tap, and then let her eat. Just fucking slam it and call it a day. Whatever. Maybe they're trying to like pick something up, but they don't have real hands. They have like hammers instead of hands. It was great. Also watching all of the prosthetic limbs going like flying. Like someone's face just gets like smacked by a hand. And then suddenly there's a sword. Like got me fucking every time there was a panel of some dude getting like a hand right to the face, and it's like coming in off panel. It's so good.
Yeah,
Also,
like this manga was just like incredibly entertaining.
there was a bit of like fourth wall stuff too. There was one point where they refer directly to the reader.
Sure.
I forget what the bit is, but it's like, was it you, reader?
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, it wasn't me. Keep going. You'll find him.
Yeah. I mean, I'm used to fucking Tezuka like literally showing up to talk to you.
Yeah.
Um,
That acute appendicitis thing fucking killed me, though. Is it acute appendicitis, bro? Hyakkimaru is like dying in the water. Shit's just fucking solid.
and it's, you know, it's the thing I like where it's fun and it's, but also just incredibly brutally violent. But there's no threat of, nobody talks about rape. So it's
Yeah,
good
that's
times.
Yeah, no, that was...
There isn't sexual violence, there's just extreme physical violence.
Yeah, no, Miura looked at this and he was like, I can make it worse.
Yeah.
Like, we can fuck
We can
this
make
up.
it more miserable.
What if instead of having a good time, the readers had a bad time? Yeah.
Yeah. Make it more goth.
I've met goths, man. They're like nice. Don't
Sure.
slander their literature like that. Yeah, no, this was like, I don't know. I'm trying to think of like what the last manga we read was that I was like, oh, I guess I'm just gonna like read this entire thing in one go. Technically 2 goes. I don't know. This hit the spot. It's like exactly what I wanted, apparently.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm glad. Because I was looking at it and I was just like reading more and more of it and going, oh no, we need to do this sooner rather than later. It's like,
I mean, that makes sense.
I
one.
just kept pushing it up and up and up.
This is another one like I want to fucking buy. I want the physical copy.
Sure.
And we just got our IKEA left the country, but they're slowly like reopening their website to get rid of leftover stock.
Mm-hmm.
Got that bookshelf.
Hell
So
yeah.
I would have a place to put the manga.
Oh man. Imagine having open shelf space. God damn it. I have too many books.
But think of your perusal options. You can
Oh,
flip
yeah.
through stuff.
It's true. It's like living in the library.
I would get nothing fucking done. Like, oh, I gotta watch this thing for the podcast, but in the hallway I got distracted again.
Mm-hmm. True.
Yeah.
Man,
I
it's
don't
hard
know if
when the thing is just good.
Yeah, no, like we were like, I think I looked at the time when it was like 3 minutes and 40 seconds. I'm set. I said it was great and I loved it.
And you said bro? And then
Bro. Come on, bro. Bro, come in.
it's so good.
It just keeps up the entire time.
Yeah.
I think the only way the bro could have been better, I don't think Hyakkimaru ever said it.
Mm-hmm.
Him saying it once at the end as like I'll see you later, bro.
Oh, yeah. If
just
that had been
elevated.
what he said instead of like, I hope to see you at a dress one day or whatever.
Like see you
That would've
later,
been
bro.
that would have been fucking.
boom.
That would have been top tier. That would have been so much better. Holy shit.
Yeah, that bit was like you should get the chance to wear ladies' clothes. I mean, like, shouldn't we all? Like, just a weird.
Where did you
thing.
learn gender essentialism, Hyakkimaru?
He sensed it. Uh, better be careful.
What?
Yakumaru is gonna get himself fucking canceled.
Who taught you this?
I don't like. I think some of the so I'm on the Wikipedia page. I'm just kind of like scrolling and like some things caught my eye. I think it's like combining the plots from various sources.
Really?
Cause like at the end it says they parted with Dororo crying at the doors.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, fine. It wasn't until 50 years later that the last of the 48 demons was slain, and he reunited with the full-grown Dororo. I'm like, we didn't get that. We don't know that happened. And then looking down on the character list, we get all the like. I mean, Dororo's is like pretty much spot on, with like an aside for like a difference in the newer anime.
wonder
and then it says years later she reunites with a fully human Hyakkimaru as a lovely young woman.
Yeah, I wonder if that's from the modern version.
Oh, like
or the anime maybe
manga.
did that. Maybe like even the original anime maybe added that in.
Yeah, it could be.
But yeah, that's not in the manga.
Maybe I'll take a peek at the remake manga just to see if that's it.
Yeah, I didn't look at the end. I only looked
did
at
you
the
just
beginning. I watched a few episodes at the start, and then as I was like going through the manga at the start, deciding like what we were gonna cover. Before I was just like, this manga's just fucking great. I just want to read this.
Yeah. Oh no, totally.
Maybe we do the anime later, but
And like, just doing the manga was like, I binged it,
yeah,
and then we got to hype about it.
exactly.
Did you look at the remake manga at all? Like, just glance or anything?
No, I didn't realize there was a remake manga till I was looking at buying the book on Amazon. I'm like,
Hell yeah.
There's also a manga. I see. There's also a 2004 video game for the PS2.
Yeah, I saw that.
And there's a live action movie that I also
can't
didn't look
imagine.
at.
I can't imagine it's good, but I
Yeah.
mean, maybe we have to do it. I don't know.
Do that in like
Man,
fucking the live action Uzumaki movie or something.
oh yeah, that'd be decent.
Maybe.
Decent pairing. Yeah, this manga was great. Also, like, we need to chill with the top tier manga because like it's gonna get expensive for me.
I have bad news on that front. Because we're gonna do Fist of the North Star.
Yeah, there's a lot of that. That's like a chunky manga.
Yeah, we're just gonna do like the beginning of it and then see how it goes.
Yeah. Just I mean, even getting a sample for that one,
Yeah.
just because it's so.
Because guess what? There are gonna be more fights. You're gonna fight more.
Fist of the
bad
North
guys.
Star?
Yeah.
No. You must have it confused with a different thing.
Uh-huh. It's fine. We'll get to anime you'll probably be listened to. Or manga you'll be listened to.
Yay! What manga? What do I know
I don't
about
know.
this manga that I'm not going to be interested in? What are you forcing me to read?
Maybe you won't be as into Kamen Rider manga or Jacko the Patrolman. I don't know. I think that's this. That's all the
Yeah.
other manga we have planned for this year.
I mean, yeah. I guess I could. The only thing I could see with those is like, oh wait, are we doing Kamen Rider like amongst everything, or are we like? I forget what our schedule is. Are we doing more Sailor Moon manga this year?
No,
Okay. I thought we
because
were
we're
for
not.
some
We're
reason.
again. We're only getting through that same part of the story
Yeah,
this year. That's all for this year.
Okay.
We only have for Sailor Moon. We're just doing the tokusatsu for the.
Yeah. Okay. I think the only thing like for the it's not even that like would I like the manga less, it would be like, man, I want to get to like this other fucking stuff.
Mm-hmm.
A Dragon Ball. We got stuff to
We got
But, like,
we got
it's-
good Christmas presents to look forward to,
we do have good Christmas
like
presents to
Talking
look
Bears
forward to.
night.
I'm Talking Bears night is gonna be that's a chef's kiss. I'm calling it now. We're like in a I don't know. This feels like a golden age. There's just so much gold.
Just
It's all
good,
this just good content, good stuff we're taking in.
yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. It's a mix of, stuff I've I'm checking out because I think it looks cool, and it's mostly that. It's mostly and then some
well.
historical stuff, like next week's thing.
Yeah, yeah. Me, you're bringing stuff to the table that like is good that I haven't seen or
Uh-huh.
taken in, or like stuff that's related and doing like a
Or I'm
falling
like,
through influences, or
Yeah.
it's me asking like, is this real?
yes. Oh, it's so funny. Yeah, me like taking offhanded comments you say about what you're thinking about and deciding, oh, we should do this particular episode now, then whatever.
Yeah.
There was something you said that was like, oh, we should do Sword and or Sorcery Night. Like I just decided based on something you said.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, that's because, yeah, like sometimes I want to. I really love the idea of a movie night, but like I can never facilitate that in real life.
Mm-hmm.
And like part of the enjoyment is if I can't watch it with someone, like outright doing the little mini marathon, like
Yeah.
getting to discuss it, or like the batch of films, like that's the beauty, and that shit ain't happening.
Yeah.
But this is whatever. So yeah, that was like, I mean, I think that comment just came from me. I was like, man, it's been like over a decade since I saw Conan the Barbarian.
Mm-hmm.
So, do it up. And then,
Yeah. I mean, when I was looking
add
at
in new
Dororo, I
stuff.
was also looking at like 70s Conan comics, and those didn't grab me as much.
I
as
think
Dororo.
I feel like at some point I'm going to look into like the leading lady, like sword and sorcery stuff.
Mm-hmm.
At least I'll try if I can get past every single one, starting with abuse or
Yeah.
torture of some kind.
Mm-hmm.
But like there has to be good shit after that, I assume. Like if it was that and then miserable, I don't think they would be notable. But that's not one I think we'll bring to the podcast,
Yeah.
obviously.
That's the thing of like Dororo being pre-70s. 70s was like the era for stories about characters getting raped.
Yeah.
It's just rape revenge stuff. Very
Yeah,
popular.
I like.
Pushing boundaries that hadn't been
Yeah,
in fiction up until that point. But then like you look at it now, you're just like, this is just completely overdone.
yeah. Well, part of
Like
my
doing it this way is just like, come on.
part of the reason why I was so immediately turned off, aside from like the obvious, is just that it hadn't come up. Like I was looking for those. I mean, same thing with Berserk. Honestly, when I watched it, I had no fucking idea. I didn't know there was anything like that. I was just looking up all these films, like what films are like notable in the genre, and
Yeah.
there's all these like fucking 50-year-old dudes talking about like, oh man, this film is so great, like such and such actress like defined my childhood, blah blah blah, like, oh man, this film is classic, like the scene at whatever is just like timeless. Not a single fucking person mentioned what the basis is for like the heroine's journey.
Yeah.
So I was just starting up one, watching 3 minutes, being like, what the fuck? Okay, next. And I went through the entire goddamn list. And I was just like, I've never been so betrayed. Not a single fucking person could mention this. Ugh. Teach me to not look up a plot summary. Damn. Trying to go in cold and get fucking burnt ever again. Unless like it's something you've curated, in which case going in cold can be fun. Because I know you won't do me that way.
Try not to.
I mean, like, look, I assume if it happens, it's like we watched Yakuza Apocalypse.
Yeah. Yakuza Apocalypse. It's not one word.
Yeah, I know. I said what I said.
I was trying to remember. I was watching an anime opening for anime. I was thinking of doing for the podcast at some point that I haven't watched, and just it's not a violent show. And just at one point in the opening, there's just like a shot of a box cutter. I'm just like, why though?
Jesus.
Like it's just like this, just here to make Ben uncomfortable. Like
Yeah, like what
is
uniquely?
What does this? What does this mean? Why is this in the opening?
That's fucking incredible. We're looking
And,
to
like,
turn
it's-
off a very specific demographic.
It's for like the Gridman anime, which is just an Ultraman riff.
I mean, like that's whatever.
Like it's Tokusatsu. Like it's
I
not.
can
I don't know why there's a box cutter in this opening.
I can handle looking at a box cutter.
It's just
As long
very
as-
funny.
It actually even the fact that it's just there, like,
But it is the kind of thing that, like, on my own, I probably wouldn't even give it a second thought.
no, totally. But then you're like, I mean, if you hadn't thought about it and you're just like, Ben, watch this anime, like,
Yeah.
me 3 minutes later checking out, like, get through the intro, like, Hank, I have questions about what we're gonna watch. Well, that being said, like, I
mean, I don't think I warned you about Marriage Story.
you did not. You did not at all. Marriage Story was another, like,
Yeah.
fucking kaboom. As soon as he did the joke, I would, like, fight or flight sense just maxed. I can handle, like, I've said before, like, stuff in anime or, like, drawings or whatever is much more palatable. Why would I care about an anime character getting cut with a box cutter when they're all made of paper anyway? That's fine. Like, it's all just whatever.
They made of pixels now, though.
I mean, that's even better. Like cutting a pixel with a box cutter, like that's fine. It's safe. Or no, there was one oh no. Sorry, that wasn't anime. I got them confused. In the Sailor Moon manga, she's getting a bunch of paper cuts when they're in the study room and like all the right before we meet Sailor Mercury. All of the papers are flying around and she gets paper cuts. And that was like fine. Me watching that was fine. Me watching fucking Everything Everywhere All at Once, where she's trying to fucking give her finger webbing a paper cut, and the scene lasts like 5 minutes because she can't do it. I was losing my goddamn mind. I was like, this is the most cursed scene I think I've ever, like, I think this might actually be worse than Marriage Story, because at least in that, it just happens. This was like, she had to try it so many times, and I was just, it was too much. Like, I'd rather actually watch the torture scene from, why is it Gangs of London?
God.
Like, it was such a cursed thing. And on the hand, too. Like, my specific dislike.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's funny. Anyway.
I
think that's a podcast. Doro is just a fucking really good manga. Like, fucking read it.
Dororo's incredible. If you were thinking, like, man, I want to read Berserk, but I don't want to read, like, 40 volumes, just read Dororo. Close enough. Arguably better, depending on who you are.
Yeah. Anyway, saltcirclepodcast@gmail.com, saltcirclepod on Twitter, anchor.fm/saltcircle. I'm on Twitter @comicpanels. And see you later, bro.
Bye, bro.